Welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for being patient with us as we transition to the next round of Shark Tank. And again, if you guys are new to this stream and just hopped in, we are still waiting. We're still working on the winners brackets. I believe we're actually in winners quarters right now, correct?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. I think that's I'm not sure what the next match is, but we do actually have the next stream match coming up pretty soon.
Okay, we're doing a losers match this time around. We're doing a losers round 4, Wontonvv versus Yan.
Yeah.
Wonton actually knocked out Mejia from the bracket in winners bracket. So Wonton is a very solid player, and I'm really excited. Wait, what's up?
They started the match.
Oh.
Don't start the match.
No, tell them not. Oh god.
Okay. They realized.
Right. False alarm.
I say they another fun false start here at Shark Tank.
Don't worry, you just got a front row seat of us freaking out about a round that hasn't started yet. But no, they're going to be starting here in just a moment. Yan's actually a proficient Jigglypuff that plays in the tournament very frequently, and I think Wonton's relatively new.
Yeah, I would say this is the first time he's really been to a SoCal local. I was just playing with him earlier in some friendlies. You know, very proficient PT and Kazuya. But I guess we won't be seeing either of those characters. He's going the Rob. He did, to be clear, he did not pull this out against me. I've not seen him play this character. So here we go. We got Jigglypuff and Rob going straight to Smashville. And
we're starting off on game 1. This is actually a good matchup call, in my opinion. Rob has a lot of boxing tools and a lot of zoning tools to kind of keep Jigglypuff out and just kind of play his own game. So the bigger hurt box on Rob isn't as big a deal against Jigglypuff unless you're considering things like rest setups.
Yeah.
So I think that this is actually a pretty good matchup call. I don't really know about the player's experience specifically with Rob, but we'll see. There's plenty of different ways to play this this happy helping robot.
I know. So far, Yan is looking a bit more comfortable right now than Wontonvv. Admittedly, I'm not super sure why he's going Rob right now again, but so immediately throws a gyro and a laser.
Well, I guess we're kind of seeing the reason why. A lot of FGC characters do struggle against a solid Jigglypuff just because of Jigglypuff's ability to kind of control that aerial space. And,
yeah.
Because of the higher weight on those characters, a lot of times you can kind of just get back-aired off into oblivion. There's not a lot of really solid. None of the FGC characters, maybe excluding Terry, have some really good out-of-pressure tools, unlike Rob, which can kind of just get out of pressure free with like up B or being able to up smash on a shield or nairs or zone any of those zoning tools that a lot of FGC characters wouldn't be able to offer. So I think, like I said, maybe a matchup call. We'll see how this works out for Wonton. I'm excited to see this Rob in action.
I mean, so far Wonton's done pretty well to not die, especially considering Rob is at 133. But he does take the first stock right there against Yan. Interesting that he does go the Rob here instead of the Pokemon Trainer, which I expected him to go that here. So
well, neither player are really in a major advantage state at this time, except maybe Wonton might be turning that around with this stock here. This is actually starting to slip out of Yan's hands right now. What looked like a pretty asserting start is starting to turn into a desperate crawl back into avoiding kill percentage. And with that nair, that was a good way of kind of cleaning up that stock, but this is kill percent for Jigglypuff, so Yan's got to play this pretty well and not let this advantage get completely out of control.
I know, that nair was very good positioning on Yan's part. Yan just kind of, and look at Yan, stuck in the corner. Yan's got to be careful because that shield is getting remarkably low there, and as we all know, when Jigglypuff, okay, now it's back, but okay, up air won't kill. As we all know, that DIing that up air can be notoriously difficult at times because it depends on Rob's positioning, your positioning, which way he's facing, the stage. There's a lot of different factors to it. But of course, another aerial that tends to be pretty hard to deal with is that Puff down air, which Yan confirms into 67 on Wontonvv. Yan's just now kind of in the corner, and understandably, like that's a Puff at 144.
That anything kills. You can breathe on Puff, and then Puff would die in that situation. One of the things I find fascinating about Yan's playing this matchup is Yan is actually staying relatively grounded for the most part, which I don't necessarily know if I agree with that decision, mostly because Rob does have a lot of good like landing tools. Landing Nair is really difficult to deal with when you're kind of chilling on the ground with Jigglypuff's fairly low run speed. Jigglypuff's highest strength is just that aerial mobility and being able to kind of bait out whatever your opponent's doing. But because Yan is staying so grounded, it kind of just gives Wonton freedom to zone however he pleases. So,
ooh, there's a shield break.
That is exactly what I was hoping for. And is that a rest confirm?
And no, does not. I was surprised that up tilt up air didn't confirm into a rest. That seemed like Rest City to me.
However, we still got an advantage state from Yan right now.
Okay, there we go.
Was an excellent read.
So it was just a much longer confirm into a rest.
All guaranteed, by the way.
Yeah.
All guaranteed confirm.
Yeah, do not check the Puff cord to confirm that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Yan did a good job adapting to that last round. It looked like
there we go. There we go.
Let's
just say that's what we were expecting from Wonton.
Again, I don't disagree with Wonton's decision just based on the matchup alone. I think that Wonton was kind of trying the waters and seeing if he could get away with playing a bit more of a campier playstyle with Rob, but I guess Yan knows the matchup well enough that it ended up slipping right out of all that advantage that Wonton gained from the second stock just kind of slipped out of his hands over time, and before you know it, we are back to a Game 2 situation with Yan in the lead.
Jose very much in the lead. Wonton's at 74. Does get a trade, though, on the Nair. Ooh, no back air off that back throw. Oh, does get a back air. Yan has to be very careful sticking in the corner against Zard, because that back air is very strong, especially that tipper hitbox. He could die from a stray back air if he's really, really not careful here.
Deceptively strong and disjointed at the tip. What more could you want from a back air, really?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Zard's back air, Zard just in general is pretty underrated. He's got a lot of excellent tools, especially in a matchup like Jigglypuff or Jigglypuff V Pokemon Trainer. There just is a lot of tools that Charizard has with those disjoints to be able to deal with Jigglypuff and kill incredibly early. So
yeah, see, like that right there.
Up B out of shield, or up smash out of shield, but I think up B probably would have killed in that situation. You have like really high base knockback on a lot of Charizard's moves, which just does a good job of zoning out or kind of keeping Yan away while also racking up the percentage. So sticking with Charizard here, I completely understand that decision, but unfortunately, Yan kind of sniped the back air there on the ledge, and that is the first stock away for Wonton.
Yes. Indeed. Wonton does go for a grab right there, misses, tries to get an up air, and look at Yan. He is just very, very far away from Wonton, and that
is exactly what I was talking about. Up B is just such a good tool to deal with shield pressure, and the amount of kill power that it has with a character as light as Yan on a platform that could kill as early as 50%, which is absolutely terrifying. Yan has to be very aware of that, especially if Wonton just decides to chill on that center platform of Smashville, which it makes me wonder, I kind of understand the counter pick in this situation, kind of eliminating a lot of Yan's mobility options and just trying to maintain center stage with Ivysaur's disjoints and a lot of really powerful, strong disjoints from Charizard. So far it seems to be working well for him, but as I say that, the advantage is slowly slipping a little bit. Both players are kind of just boxing in and out. Not a lot's happening right now. Fortunately, neither. Well, I mean, Yan is in kill percent. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, this is Jigglypuff, one of the lightest characters in the game. Yeah, she is very, very dangerous burst-wise, but she could very easily die here. And admittedly, so can Wonton. He's just kind of stuck in the corner. He gets jabbed into a runoff fair, but the second runoff fair doesn't connect. Oh, man.
Just a little bit low on that, and there was a good drift from Wonton.
Oh, yes.
Both players are in kill percentage. Charizard with Rage is a very scary prospect indeed. Up smash is not going to quite kill. Smashville's ceilings are a bit higher. And surprisingly, the back air sour spot doesn't kill in that situation.
All right, forward throw will kill. And Yan right here on this final stock of Game 2.
And interestingly, Wonton decides to just stick with the Charizard, not switch over to Ivy or Squirtle.
Well, I mean, I don't think Squirtle would necessarily be great for Wonton in this situation because of what we were previously talking about how important it is to challenge Jigglypuff in the air. And Squirtle can't really do that. Squirtle's always been a bit more of a grounded character, with a lot of Squirtle's best tools coming from grounded options.
And the obvious, the obvious analysis there is he's at 140%, and Squirtle would have died by just looking at him funny.
That's
So-
also true. But yeah, as you saw right there, he immediately switched to Ivy upon respawning. Just immediately straight back to the Ivy. He doesn't even bother with Squirtle.
It's so incredible that PT is one of the only characters in the game where you can kind of just swap out 3 different matchup-specific characters. And sometimes it's good to utilize all 3, but especially in this matchup, just kind of sticking with the characters with the larger hitboxes, disjoints, and some zoning options tends to be the formula for success here for Wonton. So far, 126%. Yan is kind of looking in danger here. Makes me wonder how Yan is going to recover to the stage. Goes for the neutral get-up, and that was an excellent read on the roll.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good stuff from Wonton recover. He very clearly, that was way better than the Rob. I still do not understand where the Rob was coming from, but
well, let's be clear. The Rob wasn't that far behind.
Oh, no, not at all.
Not.
It's just, it was just a weird thing to see necessarily from Wonton, considering that you don't normally see that from him.
Well, I think it's also that Pokemon Trainer is the character of his choice, so you're going to see a lot more character-specific knowledge and tools being utilized that only a PT player would know.
Yeah.
So Rob, anyone can pick up and play. But usually only Rob mains understand a lot of the nuances in specific matchups that let that character thrive the way it does.
Absolutely.
I mean, Rob is a bigger hurt box and has an okay disadvantage. Like I said, there are some tools that Rob can use, but if you're not privy with specific matchups, you might get kind of tossed around, and that's exactly what Yan did Game 1. But we are in a Game 3 situation, and so far, Wonton is still holding up the lead and maintaining center stage. Definitely keep doing a good job keeping Yan out, and just it makes me wonder why Yan decided to run this back to Smashville. I'm a little confused about that decision.
Well, he did win Game 1 on Smashville. Just the whole set has taken place on this stage, which is admittedly not something you normally see from players nowadays. You'll see entire sets take place, especially on PS2, but we've seen sets take place wholly on Battlefield and even Town, but like this is not a stage you normally see people just immediately go straight back to.
Yeah, or gravitate towards the way that these two players have, but maybe it is just comfort, but honestly, Rob versus Pokemon Trainer are 2 very different matchups and need to be handled in a very different way. So the success that Yan had facing against Wonton's Rob just might not translate the exact same way on this stage. So.
All right, but Yan does take that first stock, and Wonton going to the Ivy. Ooh, air dodge right there, but should be fine. Yeah. Nair.
Ooh, up B. Ooh, okay.
Good Nair up B right there. That is a confirm that you can do Nair B reverse up B, and that it is true. And at this percent it won't kill, but there are percents where you can cheese people with it in that sort of fashion. If Yan had been in like the 60s or something, that could have potentially been the stock.
Absolutely. And that was a really good call out on the up smash, but unfortunately just got the tip of that Nair clipping him, so he wasn't able to pull it out because of that really high startup animation. So unfortunately that read didn't confirm, but it looks like Yan is still at kill percentage. Wonton doing a very good job of racking up the percentage on this next stock and kind of generating additional
that's
damage.
dead.
And that is definitely
Yeah, that Flare Blitz, while it is good to get back to the stage, I do think that probably the move there was just to recover low and just up B.
It's a very predictable move. It's very easy to read, especially from that far on the stage. It would have been a shock if Yan did get hit by that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Yan, of course, looking to not lose his stock because he is at 130, and there's an Ivysaur back air right there, now at 139. Just about anything kills Puff at this percent. A good up air, dare up air, and from Charizard, a back air.
Yep,
Yeah,
there you go.
see? Exactly proving my point.
Now, one of the things that Yan probably could be doing a bit more in this situation is Wonton has been taking a liking of doing drop-down fairs and drop-down back airs with Ivy to kind of isolate that space in between Smashville. And it's been working incredibly effectively, but Yan hasn't been taking much opportunities to chill and shield, which is a very different way that Yan's been playing versus Wonton versus the last round. But that's going to be death. And we are on a last stock situation. Both these players are nearly there.
Oh, yes. There's a side B and a down air. No back air there, though, for Yan. There's a down throw. No up air, though. So
that was excellent DI by Yan, not get caught by that. And
back air.
again, that's just what Wonton's been doing, kind of just chilling under this platform, throwing out these disjointed hitboxes and saying, "Hey Yan, you gotta approach me. I'm not gonna move.
Yeah,
Either you deal with this situation or you lose. That's all there is to it."
I know that's been Wonton's house the whole time because
oh my goodness, what a way to snatch that stock, and that is it. Yan takes the third game. Great job to Yan on that clutch factor with that mid-air rest.
I was just about to talk about how Wonton's been using the platform very defensively, very effectively to keep out Jigglypuff, and then immediately, you know, he dies.
The one moment that he gets kicked out of his house, he gets evicted, bam. There you go.
And
stock's over. But we're going to move on to a commercial break, guys, and the next round will be starting very shortly. So be sure to stick around. We'll be back with you shortly.